Are you ready to begin a life-changing journey towards personal empowerment and self-discovery? Then join us as we explore the world of mental toughness, guiding you through the struggles and victories that will help you to develop into an unbreakable and resilient force. It's time to awaken and unleash your inner strength as you overcome the obstacles in your path. Let's discover the secrets of mental toughness together and pave the way toward purpose for us all. Come along and join us as you discover the power that lies within you. Mental toughness. To begin, let's understand the meaning of the phrase, mental toughness. Simply put, the phrase mental toughness refers to a person's ability to stay focused, determined, and strong while facing challenges, obstacles, and stressful or demanding situations. Mental toughness encompasses qualities such as perseverance, discipline, the capacity to maintain a positive mindset, and perform at one's best, while in the midst of the most difficult of circumstances. Mental toughness goes beyond simple physical strength and endurance. It involves developing and maintaining psychological resilience, emotional control, and a strong mindset that would allow one to push through adversity, setbacks, and discomfort. Mental toughness is about staying motivated, committed, and composed under pressure, and not letting obstacles, barriers, or negative thoughts, or negative talk, derail one's progress, momentum, or goals. This may sound a little strange at first, but the rest of our chat will prove this out. Mental toughness is not simply a response, let's say, to some adversity, but it can serve to be the result of that very adversity. It's all about how you look at the adversity that will determine whether mental toughness will be a response, or whether your go-to response will be gloom and defeat. Those of us who are mentally tough will come to face all the walls in our life, with the mental toughness to either climb over it, or barrel our way through it. Either way, mental toughness refuses to succumb, give up, or give way. It digs in for the long haul. That's mental toughness. And to begin, sisters, I agree with you, this isn't easy. This mental toughness as it concerns us women is easily one of the hardest things we will ever determine to forge in our life. Mental toughness for a man is like years different than mental toughness as it relates to a woman. Why? Because men and women are different. Because our roles are totally different, sometimes totally opposite. Because in many cases there are those of us who are viewed differently in our culture, ethnicity, village, and clan. And as such, mental toughness is an entirely different component for you, my sister, and for me. Dare I say, mental toughness is harder for us as women to achieve. Harder, but not impossible. Yet dare we? I say we dare. I say nailing down mental toughness can revolutionize your entire life. Bear with me a few minutes and hear how. To begin, mental toughness can build resilience in the face of the gender-related challenges we women may encounter. The specific gender biases, stereotypes, and societal pressures that are common to most women everywhere. Mental toughness will have us standing and overcoming these challenges, standing firm and strong in the face of discrimination, while not allowing gender-based obstacles to hinder our way. On that note, mental toughness will aid us in overcoming conditions such as gender-related imposter syndrome. This is a feeling we women may experience where we doubt our abilities, where we feel as if we don't belong, or that we don't deserve success or prosperity in our lives. It's the sense of feeling like a fake, or a phony, a pretender, an imposter. Mental toughness will leave us with the opposite effect. With mental toughness we can cultivate self-confidence and worth, aiding us in overcoming feelings of defeat and self-doubt. Mental toughness will help us to recognize our own authenticity, and our own strengths, in essence, our own personal worth, which will lead to embracing one's accomplishments and potential in a whole new and wonderful light. Mental toughness is empowering, but not only that, dear sisters, it breaks societal norms. Mental toughness for women can involve challenging the very societal norms and expectations that have trapped so many of us in a state of less. Mental toughness can inspire and equip many of us in the pursuing of our mind and heart's passions and pursuits, and those certain goals that lie outside of traditional gender roles. Mental toughness in this case is about empowering oneself and others to strive for equality and positive change. This mental toughness is sounding pretty good, doesn't it? But you may be thinking you don't have any toughness, definitely not any mental toughness. Then let's talk about how to rectify that. First, let's realize that developing mental toughness requires self-reflection, mindset shifts, and being very intentional with the practice of whatever steps are necessary to develop the strength and resilience that exemplifies mental toughness. So the place to begin is with coming to an honest understanding of your strengths and your weakness, as well as your inherent values, your dreams, and your goals. You will want to reflect on the challenges you're facing as a woman in your specific context, meaning your culture, environment, and reality, along with looking to identify the areas where you want the mental toughness you develop to flow. A part of the process will include you challenging your limiting beliefs, recognizing, and personally confronting any self-limiting thinking or internalized gender stereotypes that may be undermining your confidence or holding you back. You want to be intentional about replacing any negative thoughts with empowering and positive affirmations. This will work towards building a strong platform for developing and cultivating mental toughness. Then of course you want to set realistic goals. I'm one for saying, and encouraging my sisters to shoot for the moon, but I always say that with a hint of realism. Realistically, there are many cases where how far we as women can reach is either already determined, or significantly impacted, in part or in whole, by our culture, or ethnicity, or if ours is a patriarchal-driven society, or whether we live in the city or a village farm. Let's be realistic here, sisters, and for some of you I know it will be tough, because yours may be a country where women have more abilities or freedoms, where our other sisters may suffer a beating or worse for the things many of us do and say as a matter of course. That's why you must think of having realistic goals. One sister's realistic goal can be very different from another's, so you must hear these words with that in mind. And sensitivity in your heart for your sisters across the way. In addition to that, you want to make sure to break your goals down into small, manageable steps that you can perform and track, that are easy and comfortable for you to work through over time. This isn't a foot race, sisters, rather it's a marathon, so you must invest for the long run. Saying that, you want to be sure to celebrate all your achievements along the way, regardless of how small they may be. You want to make it a point to reinforce your emotional and spiritual strength, build resilience and accomplishments, all towards encouraging yourself to keep going, and to stay the course. You want to always keep the end goal in mind and in sight, visualizing and dreaming of the woman you want to be. Mentally tough. You further want to be intentional concerning your attitude and your approach to developing mental toughness. This isn't to be looked at as simply a jumpstart, but it's fuel that will keep you motoring down the road. Mental toughness isn't just a thought in your head, it's so much more than that, sister. It's a mindset that's seeded, tended, cultivated, and grown into a whole new explosive way of living and existing. Having said that, you want to make sure to cultivate a growth mindset. This is you embracing the belief that abilities and skills can be developed through effort, tenacity, and applied experiences. You want to emphasize learning and growth, rather than being stalled by the fear of failure. You want to make it a practice of viewing any tests and trials that come your way as opportunities for development and growth, and you want to embrace setbacks and failures not negatively as roadblocks or as hindrances, but rather as learning experiences. This is so key to you developing mental toughness. You've heard the saying of developing a tough skin? That's exactly what you will need. A tough skin. A barrier between you and all the adversities that can come your way, and deal harmful and stifling blows. Blows that will take you off the road to mental toughness, and leave you bleeding and injured, by the side of the road. Can't you see how the mindset of mental toughness can fundamentally change you? From the inside out? Can't you see what operating in the mental toughness that's firmly planted, and growing inside you, can do for you? To you? For your family, your workplace, your environment, even the world. I know there are times where I mention being intentional about having an effect on the community, or the world, but I honestly mean it. Women, we do not live in a vacuum. I don't care how far up the mountain your village or farm may be. You are a stone's throw from being a ripple effect that spans out from where you're standing, to reaching to the outer banks of this entire planet. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be sitting here in the United States, talking to you right now. The ripple of me, reaching, and engaging you. Would you believe developing mental toughness would also encompass developing emotional stability? Of course it does, it makes sense, right? Enhancing emotional stability entails understanding and managing your emotions effectively, which means practicing self-control, empathy, and confidence in communicating with others. It makes sense that emotional stability is necessary for mental toughness. You have to be able to navigate various social situations, family, and workplace conflicts, with strength, power, and confidence. All aspects of mental toughness. You will never, and I hate to say never, because it sounds so final, right? But you will never have mental toughness if you don't get a handle on your emotions. And getting a handle on your emotions mean you're the one in control, not your emotions running loose and controlling you. Your emotions running amok will always make you weak and keep you weak. Having said that, we encourage building a support network. We will never tire of telling you to find your village. Like-minded, like-hearted sisters who will walk with you through this life's journey. Surround yourself with supportive, empowered, and empowering women who uplift and encourage you. Purposely seek out mentors, role models, and peers who can provide guidance, advice, and inspiration, as well as their arms to hug and hold you up, where needed, and their hearts that will love and understand you. And as we encourage you to find your village, in the same breath we implore you to be someone else's village. Be their mentor and role model, and friend. Then, an important part of mental toughness is being able to embrace failure, and learn from setbacks. This would entail shifting how you perceive an obstacle or a hindrance. In this case, mental toughness redefines failures, setbacks, and the like, not solely as negative occurrences, but rather remapping and redefining them as the necessary occurrences and stepping stones of life that are equally there to be used to support you in reaching your goals. What you're doing here is literally reframing these negatives, not necessarily into positives, but you're taking away the lingering and hindering sting and negating its power. Understand? Here's what we're saying. You can view it as the world typically would, as something negative, hindering you from reaching your goal, or you can develop your own view, the mental toughness view that reframes the negatives, and setbacks, and failures, as learning and developing experiences. In this wise you analyze setbacks and failures, learn from them, and adapt your approach for the future, as you continue your growth journey. Hear us, sisters, and take this as a truth. Mental toughness is not something you're born with. It's not in one's DNA or heritage or blood. It's in your mind and hearts and guts. It's a decision of life you make and vow there's no turning back. It's the belief that it's worth it, this mental toughness. It's worth it because it's mind-altering and heart and soul-changing, it's life-changing. And as a result you dare. You dare the journey to develop something that for some of you will be one of the hardest things you ever tried to develop in your life, but your heart and soul tells you it will be well worth it in the end. Because you know that once you've achieved it, there's no going back. Because you've got mental toughness nailed. And it's permeated every part of your entire being. It's you now. But not just that, and here's the great plus, there are companion qualities that come along with mental toughness. Those individuals with mental toughness often possess companion qualities, like determination, self-confidence, persistence, tenacity, and grit. These individuals also possess the laser-focused ability to adapt to changing situations, while eagerly bouncing back from setbacks or failures, with barely a frown. They're self-motivated throughout, staying driven in spite of, while all the time possessing the grit and the guts to keep moving forward, forever forward, even when faced with trials and tests that might discourage or overwhelm others. This is a woman who has mental toughness nailed. Keep this one thing in mind, sisters, and that's developing mental toughness is a lifelong endeavor. It's not a destination you reach and plant a flag there. It's a getting up every day and walking it out pursuit. Hear us when we say this, sisters, and that's, we fully feel you're all capable of overcoming any situation you're faced with, as long as you continue to nurture resilience, accept difficulties with an overcoming determination, and draw on your inner strength. Keep overcoming obstacles, rejoicing in your accomplishments, and encouraging one another as you pursue this amazing goal. We firmly feel that together, we can establish a society where a village of strong women excel, lead by example, and leave a lasting impression. So, venture forth without fear, enjoy the adventure, pair up with a sister who's going in the same direction, and never lose sight of your ability to master mental toughness. Keep going, be resolute, and let your unbreakable spirit shine. Thanks for tuning into our video. If you found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more great content on self-love, healthy relationships, and personal growth. Until next time.